Hey everybody, Evan with the Grainiac back with part 2 of making a sofa hallway table. So this is what the finished product is, and this is me halfway through doing some pocket joints. Eyeing it up, making sure they're level, putting the board on, looks good. So now I'm making the back brace to connect my sets of legs. Besides the tabletop and that shelf, this is going to be the only thing holding the legs to each other. Just got to make sure everything's nice and level and even. Have some burn marks from my table saw that the planer gets out real nice. More pocket joints to get that back brace attached to the legs. And as you can see coming up here, when I'm attaching this back brace onto my legs, I actually split one of my boards on the right hand here side when I drilled it in. It actually splits the board, so that's what I get for rushing a project. So I have to cut a whole new leg piece, get it to size, break off the glue, take out the pocket joints. So learn from your mistakes. So that's the new leg board on the right on the back. Looks much better. Now I'm eyeballing the tabletop again, making sure I have it exactly to size. This is the shelf. The customer wanted this custom 10 inches from the top. So I figured I'd make some crossbars, I guess that you can call them. Then set this on top, sanding the edges and top, prepping it. I'm going to be doing some epoxy on this because there's a little bit of crevices, cracks. Here we go. Boop. Make sure to tape it fully so you don't get any epoxy going down through to the bottom. I'm kind of overdoing the epoxy all over the top of the table, so I just do the cracks and crevices and holes. And I'm just using a tongue depressor. Get it in there nice and slow. I don't want to have to sand off more than I have to. So finished product, sand it off, and then once you go to stain it, it'll make it clear again. And I just use a special walnut stain. Forget the brand off the top of my head. Take off the painter's tape. That always comes off real easy. That's why I use that to seal up the other side of what I'm doing epoxy on. That's what it looks like before I sand. And then you'll see when I stain it how that gets shiny again. Get all the dust off, clean it off. So wipe it, vacuum it, make sure you get all that dust off. Otherwise, when you stain, it might be feel gravelly. Have a biscuit jointer. What I'm doing is some Z-clamps to hold my tabletop onto the top. It'll keep it from expanding and contracting and splitting the table. It's a small table. I don't want it to be super tight on the top, and boards might split or might go uneven if the board starts to bend. So I found Z-clamps with the biscuit jointer. This is why carpenters, furniture makers get paid so much. It took me, I swear, an hour and a half to figure out these Z-clamps, getting it level. I try clamps holding it in place. I get everything adjusted. Then on the other side, I bang it with the mallet. Then it's off again. It took me forever until I figured out, oh, let me put it on its bottom up, top down, and then those Z-clamps going a lot easier. Then I kind of fiddle with it before I tighten it all the way. But since this isn't for me or family or, I want someone paid for this, I had to get it perfect. Putting in the Z-clamps, like I said, I had to put top down. Then they went on a lot easier. Then for the shelf, I do end up doing screwing it in just to those side bars. I don't know what I want to call those. So making sure for final fit. And then I pre-drill some holes, screw it on, and then I stain the whole thing. I don't necessarily like doing custom work, people telling me what to make and make it. It kind of, for me, sucks out the creativity. I'm finding out more and more. I just like to get an idea in my head, make it, see if it sells. If it doesn't, it's something that I like and I keep. So again, you want all that dust off there. I'm just using that. I think it's a Varathane. Yeah, Varathane wood stain brand. There you go. Goes on real nice. Kind of runs a lot. Let it sit for 5 minutes and then wipe it off. Just gotta make sure it doesn't dry too much before you go back and do finishing touches, because you'll definitely see that you went over the last coat with the new coat. Looks a lot different when you put it on than when you rub it off, for sure. It's pretty much done, and this is it wiped. You can spot check a few spots, make sure all the extra stain came up. But I'm pretty happy with this. I got everything flush on the sides. It stands true, it's level, and that's the finished product. What happened is he saw some tables I was selling on Facebook Marketplace, and he wondered if I could make some adjustments. This took me about 2.5 weeks, an hour a night here and there. It took me that long, so I think next project I'm going to do is something a little bit more fun, something for me, some home improvement or something. But there you go. Thank you for watching. As always, appreciate it. Like, subscribe. If you have any ideas, things I should try, shoot me a comment. Thanks. Catch you later.